Everyone. My name is Terry, and let me just do a brief introduction of me. I've been in the real estate business since November 1995. During the course of my profession, I have achieved many awards and accolades, as shown in the slides. Currently, I'm the project IC for Mayfair Collection and Piedmont Grand, the EC in Pongo, Piedmont Grand. My previous appointment in Orange Tea was the project IC for Stars of Coven and Gem Residences. And also the very popular project now that is hot selling, which is Daintree Residences.
Terry, you're muted. Terry, you're muted. Terry, you are muted.
Okay. Are you able to hear me now? Better?
Yes, can hear.
Today I'm going to share with every one of you how I managed to close the sales in Kopar and Newton during the launch period, and of course the before as well. Raymond, can you unhost me because I keep seeing all these drop down.
Yeah, Terry, I think you have been unhosted already.
Okay, very good, very good. It's very distracting. Pardon me, right?
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, Terry, please continue.
Okay, Kopar and Newton. During the launch, I've managed to successfully close 5 taggings, and last week we just closed one more tagging as well. Okay, and I need to say a special thanks to the project ICs of Kopar and Newton, Joelle and Angie, Wendy, Doris. TICs is Elizabeth, Eileen, and Eileen is the ICs, is the DIC, and Patrick and Kelvin for their assistance before launch and during the launch, because it was like during COVID period, the circuit breaker period, and also to thank my clients. And who are my clients? My clients are the NCTs. There's I would like to say thank you to Leslie Lim, Every Ang, Eunice Giao, and Dennis Ma, and also Grace Low, which photo is not featured here. No, being a tagger, in the past I do not venture into project marketing. I was mainly on resale. It is only when 21/7, when I was given the appointment of project IC at Stars of Coven. Then from there, we have the tagger system, and then from there, I pick up my skills and I pick up my experience from my appointments, during my appointments. Now, I've constantly used this word, my outreach, right? Outreach to many taggers. Today we're talking about taggers, right? To many taggers, we just like outreach to NCTs, because we are focusing on NCTs, because in Orange Tea we have about 4,500 plus agents, and the NCTs themselves will have their network of ECBs, their external corporate agents, right? And in turn, they also have their buyers. Then what about our NCTs? Our NCTs, right? They themselves will have their own network of buyers, their own contact lists. So by reaching out to them, what happens? I'll get more exposure, awareness, and then of course business as well. Now, do bear in mind, NCTs are my clients. Their buyers are NCT's clients, right? But to me, all are my clients. But of course, I will. The first channel of approach is always the NCT outreach. It's a very simple word, but there are a lot of meaning to it, right? To be a tagger, a lot of review team agents or core team agents, they wanted to be taggers, right? So hope that today's sharing, it will inspire all of you or most of you to sign up as taggers for upcoming projects. Oh, outreach, right? Oh, outstanding. Unique. Trust. Rapport. Etiquette. Attributes. Confidence. And helpful, right? That is outreach. But later when I share in the screen, right, you will see that every letters will have two explanations that how I carry out my work as a tagger. I constantly remind myself I must maintain that level of competency. Outstanding. First, of course, we must be outstanding in personality, our real estate knowledge, the application of sales kit and tools in the project that we are marketing. Observant. We must be quick to notice, pay attention to buyers' behavior and conduct, and not just by presenting the show flat, right? Just present, oh, this is the location, this is the show flat. So what happens when there's this show flat, it doesn't have a location map. When a show flat doesn't have a location map, even though it is sitting on the actual site, but how is the buyer able to differentiate the unit types by merely looking at the models? Because when you look at the models looks the same. So I have to, think of a way to make them understand the project when I present the models to them. Unique. I present the project in a different way from the rest of the people. We are selling the same project. We are holding on to the same sales kit. We are holding on to the same tools. We are presenting the model. We are presenting the show, the sales gallery, the sale show suites. But any difference? Yes, it makes a lot of difference. Is how I want to sell Kopar at Newton at that point of time, because every preview team, they attended the training. All the trainings provided by the ICs of Kopar and Newton are powerful, are very, very good, very in-depth, and a lot of preview team members, right, they benefited from it. But then what about application part? So I use my own unique way of presenting when I presented in Kopar. Undeterred. We must persevere despite setbacks. Doesn't mean that being a tagger, you'll always be able to successfully close every tagging. When there are some taggings, some presentations not being successful, it's fine. Then we think of ways what we could have done better. That's what I always do. That is why I came up with a series of reframing objections. And this reframing is to change buyers' perception towards the things that they see, the opinions. Trust. Be mindful of our conduct and behavior, our knowledge portrayal during the presentation. Because when the buyers step into the show flat, yes, they would have ideas of Kopar, they have information, they have details of Kopar. Because why? Because our clients, the NCTs, were the ones that updated them, and they were the ones that provided advice to their buyers. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when I mentioned our client, my client, our clients are the NCTs. Talk. Be mindful of our tonality, keeping the conversation lively and interesting. So every time when I present in the show flat, I make sure that the session, right, an entire session is lively. Keep the conversation going. And I always ask them, do you have any questions for me? Give them time and not just I keep presenting and presenting and presenting. By giving them time to pose questions, to ask questions, I can feel the buyers, what's in their mind. Rapport, be positive and build rapport with the buyers. When my clients brought their buyers in, I'll build rapport with the buyers and constantly I will always address the client's name. Every presentation I will address their name. Like yesterday when I presented for Kopar, the client introduced NCTs. My client introduced his buyers to me, and I remember their names. And during presentation, I kept addressing their names. Why? So when I address their names, I want to bridge the gap between them and me closer. And do remember, do not try to show off and outshine the client that engage our service. And for me, I will always make sure that our clients are being respected. You see? So any point of time, when I talk about referring the informations, I always refer that, our client, my client, has all the information and he's able to provide you with the best advice, the most appropriate advice. Resolute. I'm firm in my belief and I'm determined and focused. We must be firm in our belief. That means every project that you're marketing, you must be firm in your belief. I've heard of a lot of agents when they presented, they're in their mind, they already mentioned, oh, the price is too high, very expensive. No, we can't do that. You see, every project that the developers are selling, they tender for the land, the units they're selling, everything are calculated. Right? So we must be firm in our belief that we are able to sell. When Kopar, before launch, they mentioned that the price will start from a range around $2,100. But do you notice that the prices went up to $2,005 now per square foot? $2,004, $2,005 per square foot now for the smaller units. You see? And I'm determined to sell Kopar differently. And I'm very focused. So when presented to clients, I'm always very focused on the client. My eyes never leave them. My eyes are always on them. Etiquette. Show flag etiquette is very important. Respect our client at all times, with or without their presence. All right? Because we need to win the trust of our clients, the NCTs. So they will know that they've engaged a tagger that they can trust. So, and I hope that every one of you who are the taggers now, or going to be the taggers soon, right? So we must always remember to respect our clients, okay? Now, eloquent. We must be able to present and express fluently in the sales gallery. When you present the show flags, the model, the show suites, when you present yourself in the show flag, you must have a flow. And then once you have that flow, you plan your flow well, so that when the moment the buyers step in, you know what to do next. Because next is very important, and not let it happen. Not let it happen, unknowingly, because you must plan. Where do you intend to bring the buyers? Because in Kopar and Newton, there are two levels. Level 1, we have the 3-bedroom show unit, and then we have level 2, the 2 and the 5 bedders. And if the buyers is very focused, very centric on a particular size, for example, he's looking at only 3 bedders, then I'm very focused. I'll go into the 3 bedders. I won't show them the 5. Attributes. We must show flexibility and quick mind in addressing to buyers' concern, and it will win the heart and trust of the clients. And who are clients? The taggers. Because you must show them that you know your stuff well. You must show them that you are very professional and you know everything well at your fingertips. So that is why I mentioned tools, the application of tools. You must be able to apply it, able to retrieve information. When the project ICs, Joel and NG and Doris, Eileen, Wendy, Calvin, Elizabeth, and Patrick. When they prepare all the sales kit, right? It is to help the taggers. So we will use that to present it to the buyers. Articulate, present and speak clearly, very importantly, because now especially every one of us are wearing masks, right? So, so we must speak out loudly, clearly, and confidently, and that's very important. Because the moment the buyer look at you, you are a stranger to them. They know their representative, which is our client. So you must speak very confidently, and you must speak fluently. Your flow must be very fluent. Okay. Now, confidence. Show points and confidence in product knowledge, sales presentation, and answering questions. Because answering questions are very, very important. The moment they ask questions, like Kopar in Newton, they will ask, why 99 years when the freehold around us are expensive? And why for 2 beders or 3 beders, if I want to lease it out, what is the rent that I will be expecting? So we must be able to answer those questions with confidence, and we must show them facts and figures. Then the buyers will make a decision. And very importantly is that every buyers, when they walk into any show flat, they want to be assured. They want assurances. They want to be sure that the purchase is not out of impulse. Candid. Always be truthful towards the buyers and our clients, straightforward and frank. When we talk to clients, we must show them that we are truthful to them. Any questions they ask, anything they want to know, or even before they ask, we will share with them. And how do you share with them? You share with them with your sales kit is one, your iPad that you carry, because most of the information are inside your iPad. Okay? Helpful. Always ready to help our clients in their queries. Doubts, be present to render assistance. Now, the last case that I closed in Kopar, because the buyers is buying trust. And trust, the developers need the trust deed before they grant the option. Certain developers work differently. So we have to respect the developers, their ways of working. So what happened was we've entered into an OTP, and then we go to the law firm about 4 or 5 days later. Okay, and the NCTs not so familiar with the procedures, with the process of trust, right? So what happens? I went there together with them. In the event that they have queries to ask, they have questions to ask. Why? To assist the NCT, because not NCTs, right? Not many of our clients they are very experienced, but they have buyers, right? So they need guidance, they need support. So imagine we are there. When we are there for them, it gives them confidence. It gives them a booster, okay? And it also gives their buyers an impression that, wow, you work as a team, very good. Don't think of, after closing the deal, that's all, okay? Then humility. Be humble always, and it helps to build trust and also our personal developments. Once we are successful, we be humble. We'll share, we help other taggers or even the preview team members or the core team members. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any questions, you can type your questions in the chat, and then later part we'll answer those questions. Today I'm going to share Mayfair as well. So I'll share what I've done during the preview period. During the preview period, because my outreach is to the NCTs. So reaching out to the NCTs, with the ICs have prepared EDMs, company have prepared EDMs, send it out to them. Do not just hold back, right? You can send it to your respective team. Engage your respective team members, engage your team leaders to participate, to join in, all right, to help you as well. Then send text messages to invite ECBs, and invite NCTs as well. There are some, we do know that some core team members, they have their network with some very close friends in Orange Tea. So reach out to them. Do not think that because company, all the ICs have already sent all the messages and EDMs to the project chat, and then they will read, because some of them are too busy and they have multiple group chats. So what happened is they may miss out on some of the updates. So it will be helpful if you were to update them, to send them messages, to send them EDM, and also at times, right, send them updates to let them know what has been transacted, right? And of course, referral. Referral is just asking for it. That you're asking NCTs for referral, right? Because some NCTs, they are not the core team. Okay, they are not the core team, but they may have friends, another colleague who have bias. So they have heard and they can share for you. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've done for to be a tagger. Okay, now this is the scenarios that I've encountered. Now, buyer of 1 bedroom, buying for investment. His budget is 1.1 million. Okay, budget 1.1 million. Do not wish to stretch. Okay, and during launch day, before launch day, he gotten the number, ballot queue number 249. Buyer felt that he had very slim chance of getting what he wanted because he wanted to invest in a 1 beta and he has a budget in mind. So during launch day, what happened was his queue number was very slow, behind way back almost about 5 p.m. Then gotten his queue number. And by that time, the units that he wanted, he shortlisted, right, has already been sold. So I called the NCT, we texted the NCTs, and the NCTs say that no, my buyer have given up on Kopar, on investing in a unit in Kopar. And then we exchange messages. Then ICs, project ICs are so important during that time. They step in, they say there are some units, right, being reserved by the JMAs, right? Reserved by the JMAs. And these units have not been submitted as sold yet or OTP issued. So the ICs mentioned to us, inform the NCTs and keep the buyers, because if any bounce out unit, right, we want to go for it. And we inform the NCTs. But very importantly is I've asked the NCT, I asked, if 1.2 million, can your buyer stretch? And she said, maybe. Try. Okay, so there's one unit came up. They wanted to buy a lower level, but a higher level, because in Kopar and Newton, the jump is quite significant, especially for those 9 and 10 floor difference, 9 and 10 floor units. So what happened was there's one unit that bounced out. Okay, it didn't go through by the JMA. So ICs were quick. There's one unit out. The price is 1.188 million. Check with the NCTs whether they are interested, whether they are keen to proceed. And you see, very importantly, every information, every updates by the ICs, right? Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, take it seriously, because these updates will help you. And imagine if we don't update the NCTs, all right? We don't update my client, we won't have the deal, okay? And the buyer came. The buyer was not free, so he asked his wife as proxy to go to show flat and sign the documents on his behalf. So that's how we close the deal. So what I'm trying to share with you is, right, when project ICs in any projects, when they announce to the core team, they announce to the taggers, take it seriously. Do not ignore that. Send it straight away. Once you receive it, any price changes, any bounce out unit, anything that arises during the process, right? Immediately update, immediately send it out. It's okay. When somebody don't respond to you, it's because they don't have client, one. Number two, their buyers are not interested, not keen, but it's fine. But at least, most importantly, you've done your part. And that is very, very important. And we closed this unit, right? Buyers was happy. The buyers was very happy. And so is my client. My client was happy. And eventually, who are happy? I'm very happy. And who are happier? Our ICs are happy, correct? Because every sales count for everyone, not only for those in the field, in the ground, but also for company level wise. So that is why, if you notice, a lot of projects, they are always focusing on taggers. Please reach out, please help. Please go and talk to NCTs. Because some NCTs, they will just bring their buyers to view resale units. But because you mentioned to them something that is good and interesting, what happens? It drives the crowd, it pulls the crowd in. Okay, so now I hope that every one of you in the core team, in the taggers, everyone put in effort from today. Because we noticed that from other agencies and the JMAs, right, the moment they mention price going to increase, I can tell you, they start to increase their invites. Okay, and the invites are very important for the company, right? For the project team, invites are very important. Now, buyer of 3-bedroom, the buyers commented, we are uncomfortable with the PSF price of 2,228 per square foot. They're buying a 3-bedder. Okay, so NCT, my client, asked me, Terry, how to address this, because he's not comfortable with this. And secondly, we are concerned phase 2 price end up lower than our price. So I've mentioned to my client, I said, very importantly, we cannot communicate with them via text message. Because why? You cannot do your magic. You cannot talk to them physically. You must bring them down, bring them down. Tell the buyers, because buyers are afraid, oh, I come down, then waste time. The price is still at this price, super high. I'm not comfortable. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when they ask this, I'm not comfortable with a PSF price, then how are you going to persuade the buyers to come down? Right? We told the buyer, NCT told, my client told the buyer, come down and see what we can do. See whether any other units that is more comfortable for you. Eventually, they settle for units at this price. Okay, because they mentioned that. And of course, we also mentioned to the buyers that the developers are going to increase price after the circuit breaker. So the buyers, excited a bit, think. Well, what happened if I buy the same unit at a higher price? So the buyer came down, and we spent about 2 hours to 3 hours just to convince the buyer. Okay, because the buyers have a lot of concern and a lot of concerns that we need to address, and we address it well. That is why we are able to close this deal. How do we address it? Because he has concern, a lot of concerns, and I'm not going to share too much here. But his concerns, these are 2 of the concerns. He has many more concerns. There's one more concerns I would like to share. Stack 06 in Kopar and Newton. Okay, now stack 06 is the 3 bedrooms. It is a classic unit. Okay, and it's next to the generator. It is next to the substation. It is next to the bin center. When they look at the model, they were complaining, whoa. Well, then how to clear their concern? You see, because they bought a higher floor unit. So I mentioned to the buyers, you stay on a higher floor unit. Do you notice that there's a wall acting like a fin next to the master room? So when you're inside the master room, it will block off the bin center, the generators. Okay, and another thing is that the bin centers, the generators, they are being camouflaged, right, by an external facade in Kopar and Newton. And another thing is when you stay on a higher level, your visions, your view, your angle of view, you don't look down, you look straight, right? You look straight. At no point you stand at the balcony and look down, see anybody walking around. No. So your view is straight. When you're sitting at the living hall, your view, the moment you turn left or turn right, look out of the balcony, you're looking straight. You're not looking down. So that shouldn't be an unpleasant sight to you. You can just ignore that. Okay. Now, the next one I want to share is whereby is the recent one, buying for investment and buying under trust. Now, my client got this lead through her marketing, her Facebook marketing, and this couple, we've done a Zoom presentation that is during the circuit breaker time. No, it's after the circuit breaker. We done presentation because this couple, they are already past 60 years old. So we do understand that any people who is above the age of 60, they are rather fragile and they are rather dangerous towards the COVID-19. So what happened was they stayed in the apartment, in their apartment for 3 months without stepping out of the house. All their orders are all online. You see, but then by doing Zoom presentation, you know, they look at it, but I cannot close them. You know, sometimes it's not easy. A lot of people say that Zoom presentation, you're able to close it, but certain buyers, right, they want to see something, and yet they fear of coming out or stepping out of the apartment. Okay, now especially you know, for people above the age of 60, they are afraid of being infected by COVID-19. So my client, I've suggested to my client, never mind. Let me talk to them. We presented, and I invited the buyers to the sales gallery, Kopar at Newton. And why are they so daring to go to the show flat? Because I proposed to them. I mentioned to them, now, most of the show sales gallery now, every viewings are by appointments only. So you will see less crowd, not so crowded during working hours. Okay, not so crowded because every appointment has to be booked. See, so we suggested to the buyer that why not I arrange an appointment for you at 6:30. During this time, a lot of buyers would have viewed in the daytime, in the morning, in the afternoon, and they would have left and go for dinner. Am I right? They say yes. So during this time, we will have lesser crowd in the show flat, in the sales unit. Okay. This couple, they wanted to buy for either for own stay or for investment. And when they didn't mention about trust first, because why? They were thinking that, or they have multiple properties in Singapore, so the ABSD is a bit too high for them. And then we suggested, then she said that she have a son that is below 21. Yes. Then we suggested to her, Mom, you can buy under your son's name, buy trust under your son's name. Then that triggered them. It triggered them. So after it triggered them, then we came in, we invited them to the show, the sales gallery, but they didn't want to go to the sales gallery because why? Dangerous, infection. Okay, do you know, at the night of viewing, she was wearing plastic glove. Because why? She's afraid anything that she touched, right? There are some viruses there. So we suggested to the buyer that, why not like that? 6:30 p.m., come down on a Saturday evening. Okay, on a Saturday evening, 6:30 p.m. And we told them that, you know, during this period, 6:30 Saturday, the buyers are already, the buyers or even the agents, they are busy, family time, dinner time, they, you know, so they said, okay, but how do we go there? So my client went to pick them up. So that means it cut down their chances of meeting other people, which is the Grab drivers, right? The taxi drivers, the cab drivers. So my client went to pick them up and brought them to Kopar and Newton at 6:30 p.m. and we presented. After we presented everything, they really wanted to place a booking. Okay, place a booking to book a 3-bedroom unit. They're prepared to pay 2.4 million for a 3-bedroom. They are prepared to pay that. And after that, they say that they already got the check with them, and you know, they want to book, but still need to think about it. So we let them think. But before we part, I brought them to the entrance, Midway Avenue, to show them opposite what you see, which is the Newton Edge. Okay, and they were convinced. They look at it, okay, but then they say, okay, we'll take a screenshot of the check, you know, and then send it to you. But late at night, they wanted to go to the show sales gallery again on Sunday, but they changed their mind. They said, no, we will not proceed ahead because we need to compare. So what happens? My client, right, and me, we discussed, and we've came to a decision, a point whereby, okay, never mind. Show them whatever they want, whatever projects that are available, show it to them. And my clients arrange a few Zoom presentations with other taggers. See, eventually, her buyers came, decided to buy Kopar. It was on a Friday. Yeah, came down, placed a check, placed a booking, and then we proceeded with the purchase. You see, ladies and gentlemen, all these are very important. You see, when clients say that, no, I'm not interested, I'm not keen, but my client never gave up. She never gave up. She continued to call them, connect with them, communicate with them, and also arrange Zoom presentations for them, because she knows that they'll be at home. They do not wish to visit show flats. So that is how we brought them back to Kopar at Newton. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope these sharings are able to enlighten you know, every one of you, or if not, some of you greatly. Okay. Now, in Kopar and Newton, this project doesn't come with a site plan. It does not have a site plan, but luckily we have the 4-fold sales kit. The 4-fold sales kit comes in very, very handy. Let me share with you. Because why? With the 4-fold sales kit, I presented the Block 6 and Block 8, Midway Avenue, Kopar and Newton, to the buyers. You know, most of the time, a lot of salespeople, when they present in sales gallery, they walk in, then go straight to the model. But for me, my way of presentation is different, because I need the site plan, because the site plan can help me to elaborate and to show more of the projects through the buyers, because the models are static, standing there. Yes, it's nice. Yes, it's static. But the buyers do not know where is the position, the location of the typical units. For example, if they are looking at the one-beders, I need to point to them where are the one-beders located, right? Because everything looks the same. From external look of the model, they are the same. So I always start out with the sales, the 4-fold sales kit with the site plan first, before I bring them to the model. And let me share with you, right, after the sales, the 4-fold presentation, the model, they just glance through and then they move on. Okay, very surprisingly, very, very surprisingly. And I share with them, if you do not wish to have the noon sun, these are the units that you do not wish to look at. Now, since you you prefer the morning sun, then we'll go to those that is facing the morning sun, all right, north-south facing, the orientation. And what happens? I bring them, just focus on those tanks that is facing the front. Some buyers, they don't mind facing the back, which is the Bukit Timah Road. Okay, some buyers, they prefer to look at those facing, because it's unblocked. Okay, but then when you look at the PSF prices, those will be higher than, you know, for example, if you look at the site plan that I've indicated here, stack 9, 17, and 16, right? The PSF are higher than those at block 6, stack 3, 4, 5, or 6. They're higher. Okay. So now, before I present it to the buyers, I always make sure that, okay, which are the lowest price unit first? I always prepare first myself, which are the lowest price unit first. And then when I present it to the buyers, I advise the buyers, when you're buying a high-rise condominium development, always go for the highest floor unit. go as high as you can. If you think that the highest floor unit is too high price, it's fine. We go one level down, another level down. Go down until you find a unit that matches or you're comfortable with the pricing. Because when they, buyers, a lot of them always look for low floor, right? Then they thought that my budget, I can only afford low floor. What about high floor unit? If high floor beyond their budget is fine. We can go one level down, one level down, one level down. Descending is easy because why? They pay lesser. Imagine ascending. When it's in ascending mode, right? The buyers are paying more and more and more. See? So they find, why am I keep increasing and keep paying more? Okay. Now, when I sell Kopar and Newton, I sell it like a hotel theme. I don't sell it like, oh, this is a condo with concierge service. No, I specifically presented to them, what I'm selling to you is like a hotel condo to you. When you look at the video, the video on the level 2, video is very important because that given the buyers a visual impressions of Kopar and Newton, and that I sold it to them based on the video, okay? Because I told them, this video itself, it will tell you everything about Kopar and Newton. So hotel theme, I mentioned to them very specifically, hotel theme. I didn't tell them, oh, this is another condo, a typical condo in District 9. No, because buyers wants to know what they're buying and they feel good. Let the buyer feel good. Once they feel good, they will make decision faster, they'll make decision easier. Now, those buyers that we were not successful, first thing is, I miss out on one, whereby the buyers have a budget, but when it was launched, the price being announced beyond his budget by 200K, he moved on and purchased in other projects, okay, during the launch day, which was 4th of April. Okay, and then I focus on the concierge services as well, because a lot of projects, they do have concierge services, right? They do have, but I focus here. When you swim, when you go to the swimming pool, you don't have to bring your towel. There is a towel counter for you. When you go to the gym, you don't have to bring a towel because there is towel provided for you. And the best part is, right, after your workout, there's this fruit-infused beverages for you. And imagine when you look at that, right? So these are concierge services, and the concierge services will help you make reservations, will help you arrange for laundry services, for handyman services, will help you book a cab, right? The concierge services, they can help you. They can help you to collect deliveries, right? Now, anything, when there comes a bill, you have to settle, okay? Value is what you get, money is what you pay. So they will always ask, oh, the monthly maintenance is so expensive, 480, 560, they say that. So how do you address that when they mention, oh, the monthly maintenance is so expensive? But for District 9 developments, right, 560 for 3 beders maintenance fee, that's not expensive. Okay, imagine if you have 2 cars, that's not expensive. Okay, another thing is, right, every day free flow of coffees and teas in the clubhouse. That's not expensive. Concierge services. Well, that's value. Everything you're getting, of a top-notch, high-end development in the prime district. Then I also focus on the wellness aura. Wellness. Now they have separated, right, micro bubble spa, and then they have this hydrotherapy pool, and then they have the cold spa pool and a hot spa pool. All these are separated, and the residents will enjoy privacy in using the facilities. Okay, and this is my top selling points. When I sell Kopar, my top selling point is the clubhouse. I focus a lot on this clubhouse because why? With its 38 meters, right, frontage, right? Where do you find clubhouse like that? Not many developments they have such a massive clubhouse, a clubhouse that is so grand. The piano is there for them to engage their musicians during their functions, their birthday celebrations, their parties, even their meetings with their business associates. They can invite them to the sommelier, okay, the clubhouse. They can invite them, and then they can also have dining in the clubhouse, whereby it can seat 60 diners, and then the courtyard can seat 14 diners. Imagine. So how grand is Kopar and Newton? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I've end the my session. Now, please, there are many taggers in Kopar and Newton, and there are many taggers in many different projects. But of course, I hope that you can call me to tag for you in the projects stated in the screen. Kopar and Newton, I'm the tagger. Woodley Residences, I'm also the tagger. Mayfair Collection and Piedmont Grand, I'm the project ICs. Okay, we do have taggers. Now, you can call any of your preferred taggers, any one of them. Okay, do not limit yourself. Any one of your preferred taggers, and of course, I hope that you will engage me. Okay, and thank you so much for this session here. I end the session for Top Tagger series, and I'm going to proceed with the Mayfair collection. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just stay with us. I'm going to sell Mayfair collections to every one of you. Please support us. Please support our Mayfair collection. Now, the three key unique selling points of Mayfair collection. A lot of people has forgotten about Mayfair now. Their focus are in District 21, Daintree, the hot seller, and then those projects in Tampines, and projects in Hougang, So Mayfair collection is RCR, okay? And please do not give Mayfair collection a miss. We need your help, and we hope that you can help us. Now, key takeaway for is the project information, the 3 unique selling points, and the best buy units in Mayfair collection. I'm going to make this quick. Now, Mayfair Gardens, right, 215 units, right? There are 4 blocks. One plot is for the facilities. Okay. The developer is Oxley Holdings, and we have been appointed since 2018 November 2018 until today, and we greatly need the NCTs. We really need taggers, like every one of you, to help us to promote Mayfair collection. Now, up to date, 79.3% has been sold. 171 units sold in Mayfair Gardens. And Mayfair Gardens, right? When I show you the pricing, you realize that Mayfair Gardens, I think the pricing is some very, very good price. So Mayfair Gardens, there are 4 blocks: Block 8, 10, 12, and 16. Block 14 are where the facilities are located. Okay, you need to just cross across a canal to that lead you to the facility. Now, we have another project because Mayfair collection consists of 2 projects: one Mayfair Gardens and one Mayfair Modern. Now, Mayfair Modern, the number of units is 171 units. 171 units. The parking for both projects, right, for Mayfair Gardens and Mayfair Modern, is not 1-to-1. It is different from Kopar and Newton, right? Whereby Kopar and Newton, 378 units is 1-to-1. Okay, now for Mayfair collection, it's about 80% parking lots. And here, wise, right, we have sold 41%, 47.37%, and 81 units have been sold since our launch day. The launch day, surprisingly, was 4th of April, 21/9. So strange. Yeah. Okay. And this is Mayfair Modern. Mayfair Modern have 2 blocks: Block 6 and Block 2 and Block 6. And Block 2 is facing Dunnan Road, and Block 6 is facing Rifle Range Road. Now, these Mayfair collections are award-winning. They are the winners. Oxley are the winners for Edge Property Excellence Awards 21/9, being the top developer and top development. So that means when your buyer buy into a Mayfair collection, they are buying into award-winning developments. Okay, it is the winner for best new private condo development, and also the best new private condo architectural design. Imagine design, that is Mayfair collection. Now, Mayfair collection, we have a first mover, the three unique selling points. Number one is first mover advantage. Number two is excellent location. And number three, the lowest entry price in Bukit Timah area. Now, first mover advantage, advantages of being the first mover. Buyers have to buy first during the initial launch to enjoy the first mover advantage, right? So for Mayfair collection, this development, it was an en bloc project by developers. They bought Mayfair Gardens from the owners. Okay, because why? In Bukit Timah area, there are not many plots of government land sales available. So and when the government control the lands are released, right? So what happens? The appetite for developers, they're hungry. So they will go around sourcing for projects. And Mayfair Collection is one of the projects that they've identified. And when they go in the time, see, Oxley also captured the first mover advantage because they are the first project, right, in Bukit Timah to be en bloc. And and this action will allow Mayfair buyers to enjoy low land price, and that equates to low price, okay? And that equates to low purchase price when launched. So until today, the developers did not price its project, right, expensively. First mover advantage, you see, if you look at Mayfair, right, okay, now Mayfair collection, you see, down here, the land cost, right, is 1,244. So when they launch, right, is about 1,850. Now there are certain units they are selling at 2,001 per square foot. Okay, so they are, and look at 4th Avenue and other projects that is heading towards city direction. You can see that their prices, the launch prices are getting higher and higher and higher. You see, so what does it tell you? It tells you that Mayfair collection is still the lowest in Bukit Timah area. We are in Bukit Timah. We are not in Upper Bukit Timah. Once you cross the flyover, which is the Bukit Timah Plaza, you cross that cross junction, that is Upper Bukit Timah already. Imagine the former owners of Mayfair Garden will have higher price expectations if the draft master plan was announced prior to the en bloc sales, right? Owners being owners, they want to get the best out of their property. So that means if they know that there's a future integrated development, there's going to have future developments coming up, and then they have the Bukit Timah and Rochor Green Walk, what happens? Their expectations will increase, right? But unlike Oxley and them, they are the same. They didn't know that they are going to have there's future developments in beautiful location, Okay, location map and site map. You can see that. Okay, now you can see the black arrow, right? This is Mayfair Garden, and then below is the Mayfair Modern. Now look at the red lines. The red lines is the walking path towards the overhead bridge that will link them to the future integrated transport hub. And that is only about 5 minutes walk, that's all, to the integrated transport hub, So a lot of people are thinking that, oh, it's like quite far, very far. It is not far at all. And for these two projects to walk to Bukit Timah Hill, it takes about 10 minutes, okay? And we are only 400 meters away from where? From King Albert Park MRT station. We are less than 1 kilometer from two famous schools, all right? Primary school, which is Methodist Girls' School and Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary School. Our location is very, very prime. Excellent location. This is what I mentioned earlier. 5 minutes to King Albert Park MRT, 1 km within Methodist Girls' School, and then Pei Hwa, and one whole stretch of the education, the tertiary institution. And Mayfair and King Albert Park MRT sitting on the blue line, we're only 5 minutes walk away, that's all. It is surrounded by nature with fantastic views. There's the rail corridor, and the rail corridor, right, it's 24 kilometers from Tanjong Pagar train station all the way to Woodlands train complex. So that means when you stay in, any buyers that stay in Mayfair, they will get to enjoy the greeneries, whereby it's going to be permanently there, and then the Bukit Timah Hill, and then of course the landed and inside Mayfair, Rifle Range Road. Okay, and you can see here in front here is the Truss Bridge. The Truss Bridge is here. If you follow my cursor, the Truss Bridge, and then you will also see the rail corridor. Now they are doing work along this rail corridor. There's another view of Mayfair collection. Now, the block 2, those fronting the Dunearn Road and Bukit Timah Road, you can see that. You look at the unblocked view of the landed enclave in front. You can see this, right? The wide angle view. It is very, very beautiful view. Okay, and then those facing inside, they can those above 6th floor, they will be able to see the Bukit Timah Hill from the units itself. Okay, don't have to climb to anywhere higher to view Bukit Timah Hill. Okay, this is the Bukit Timah and the landed views. Okay, now the building below here, this Mayfair Gardens, the old Mayfair Gardens, and look at the Bukit Timah Hill on top here. You can see the greens, the air are fresher. Okay, north view of Bukit Timah Hill and landed homes from level 5, and this is from the Mayfair Gardens. Okay, and this is the green corridor view all the way. Okay, and the rail corridor, they are going to upgrade the rail corridor. Okay, and if you notice, I've mentioned here 24 kilometers. Then we have the Rifle Range Nature Park. We have the Bukit Timah Hill, and then this is the Bukit Timah Railway Station, and the rail corridor central here as well. They ought to be completed by 2021, but due to COVID-19, I think that may stretch a bit the date. Okay, but hopefully that COVID-19 will disappear, and everybody will, everybody's life will go back to normalcy, right? Back to normal again. And this is the rail corridor. You can see one whole long stretch, right? Yeah, one whole long stretch. Okay. Now, phase 2 of Cross Island Line will pass through Bukit Timah. So now the question is, will it be at Beauty World MRT station or King Albert Park MRT station? All right, there is the question. So of course, with the integrated transport hub, well, the likelihood will be Beauty World, but we can't commit because until it is finalized and it's being announced. Okay, it's finalized and being announced. That means the Cross Island Line will cut through Bukit Timah. And the stretch of Bukit Timah, you have King Albert Park MRT station, you have Tan Kah Kee, the 6th Avenue MRT station, Tan Kah Kee MRT station, But of course, those they have the landed properties enclave are there, and then the schools are there. So they don't need the integrated transport hub, but lands. So the high chance will be at this Beauty World site. Okay, this is the future integrated development. This is the future development in the Bukit Timah area. Okay, now Rifle Range Road. Okay, here this is the integrated development, and then this project is coming up. The link, the former Go and Go building, and then the Bukit Timah Rochor Green Walk, and this is going. You can walk all the way to Rochor Bugis. Okay. And then all these are the future developments, the Beauty World, and then the Chong Chin Nam Food Street. And then on the left, look at the cursor. And then you have this, the open car park located here. So it's gazetted for future private development. Okay. And then down here on my right, there's a bridge here. And so this bridge, it will link to the Rifle Range Road, the footpath that I mentioned earlier. Can you see my cursor? My cursor here? Yeah. Okay. And lowest entry prices. Now, if you look at the screen carefully, right, you notice that we have units that is priced at 1,752 per square foot. A lot of projects were thinking that Mayfair is very expensive, 1,009, 2,000 per square foot. No, because we do have units that's 1,752 square feet. We have, you can see we have 2 units here. And most of our units in Mayfair Garden and Mayfair Modern, we will still have another one discount. So you can check with our taggers, you can check with the ICs, right? Regards to the discount, okay? Now, look at Mayfair Gardens again. These are the 2 bedrooms, the 2 bedrooms. You see, we have 1855 square feet here, 0506, and we also have 1815 square feet. You see, below 1,009 in Mayfair, in Bukit Timah locality. So that is good price, okay? We may be $100 more than other projects, but we are definitely, you know, we have prices that are really affordable in this location. Okay, now we have the 2 bedroom. This is for Mayfair Modern. You can see the Mayfair Modern. Recently, we launched a promotion for Stack 21. You can see all these 3 sold units. You see, very importantly is that when the developers, they always have come up with innovative and creative ways or strategies or plans to sell their projects. And for salespeople, the core team, the preview team, the taggers must make full use of it. Because why? The promotions will not stay forever. There is an expiry date to it. You see? And we also have the 1 price promo for the 1 beta. You know, during this time, the developers are generous, you know. So that is why salesperson must tap on it. Because imagine if you know, the price goes up and the com go down, what happens, right? So now is the best time for taggers, for core team, excuse me, for preview team to work hard on it, okay? Because circuit breaker, right, lifted. COVID-19 means what? Means more opportunities, right? More opportunities for salesperson. Okay, now as you can see, last unit of 0814, that is a 2+ study. Imagine 1839 square feet, and it is overlooking where? Overlooking the Bukit Timah Hill. You can see Bukit Timah Hill very, very clearly in front of your house, in front of the at the balcony. There were 2 units of a 2+ study sold. 0313 and 0513. Then we still have the remaining units of 2+ study. Now, do visit our show flat at Blackmore Drive, our sales gallery at Blackmore Drive. Once you visited, you step into the Mayfair Modern, the 2+ study, you will be impressed by the size. You'll be impressed by the layout. It's beautiful, okay? So we would like to extend this invitation to all of you to visit Mayfair Collection. And Mayfair Collection, our 3 betas only left with 3. You see, it's supposed to be last 5 units here, right? Now we're only left with 3, the 3 betas. So just imagine, and the PSF, right? 2002, 2001, because ground floor unit have access to the PS, right? And then we're only left with 2 more units of 3 betas. That's all. So just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, 3 betas, so left with only 3. So summary is the you know, first mover advantage I've covered, right? And then the why must be first mover advantage, because a lot of buyers were thinking that first mover advantage, well, like, you know, why must I buy first? You know, when if I wait longer, the price will drop. Do bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I always share with buyers. Now, every project, when developers launch the project, they will not launch it from the beginning, because in the beginning, they have 100% abundance of units for them to sell. So they will not sell high price. They need to get the units sold off the shelf. So what happens? They will give discounts, right? Good discounts. Then slowly, nobody sells abundance. Initially got abundance of stocks, sell high price, and then towards the end, sell low price for the tail end units. No, because those tail end, they only left with those balanced few units. So what happened to the prices? They go up. Even if the prices, they have given discounts, good discounts for the tail end units. First, those may be the not so ideal unit. Secondly, is the prices may have increased 3 or 4 times, and then they give discounts again. You see? Now, excellent location, Bukit Timah. Okay, there's a very a prime location for investors and for buyers to stay, and schools are there, and the convenience, because walk to the cold storage, it takes about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, right? And we have the lowest entry prices in Bukit Timah. Other than that, you notice that the prices are higher than Mayfair collection. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you for your time. If you do have any questions, feel free to call me. And again, please, call me to tag for you in either of the projects. But not forgetting the taggers in all these projects, because all are capable as well. Okay, they need your support. Support them. OTT, Orange T need NCT support. We need everybody's support to drive all the project sales right up. Okay, and for those who wants to join our core team chat, please scan the QR code. And if you do have any questions, right, I can pick up some questions. Okay, just hang on a second. Okay, Raymond, are there any questions for me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions? I'll pick up 3 questions.
Actually, Terry, what I see in the chat room, right? Everybody has actually commented that this is a very good sharing session by you. And actually, Deborah Gunn, I think, has also said that you have helped her to close a 3-bedder Grandeur Park recently, and you're a great tagger and an IC. And I think everybody is very happy and thankful for what you have shared.
Oh,
yeah.
And thank you so much. I really hope that everyone just step forward. If you have any questions, right, approach the ICs. The ICs are always there to help you. Be it Kopar, be it Woodley Residences, they are selfless. Okay, they are selfless because why? You must remember they are the ones that are familiar with the project, and you talk to them if you have any questions. But of course, the taggers are there. They are on the field. They know the project well. Okay. Okay. Deborah, you mentioned the Deborah, you mentioned about Grandeur Park. Yes. If you don't mind me sharing, just give me a minute to share Deborah's case. 3-bedder Grandeur Park. The buyer was very furious. It was very stressful for Deborah. The buyer didn't want to proceed. After when during launch day, the buyers didn't want to proceed with the purchase, and because the unit that she wanted, no more, don't have, and that was quite emotional for Deborah, and we managed to close the buyer. She managed to bring back the buyer again, and then close the unit. Because during launch, the buyer was very angry that the unit that she wanted don't have, the price is high. Yeah. And then I told Deborah to invite the buyers back to the show flat and then let us talk to her. And we managed to close the buyer. Yeah, thanks, Deborah. Yeah. It was a very good experience. Okay, the footpath, right? Deborah mentioned about the footpath. Let me just go to the footpath. Okay, the footpath. So a lot of people, they didn't know that Mayfair, right, is really very close to the integrated transport hub. Okay, if you were to walk along, please follow my cursor. If you were to walk along this Rifle Range Road, you go inside, and immediately you'll see Mayfair Collections, Mayfair Gardens, and Mayfair Modern. So you follow the red dotted lines, go up. Just follow, walk until you reach a staircase. This short staircase, right, will lead you to the overhead bridge, and just cross the overhead bridge. Just walk along the Rifle Range Road, and you'll be able to reach the integrated transport hub. This is how near we are. This is the close proximity to the breach. Do visit us at our sales gallery. Just call any of our taggers and ICs, and we will present to you to let you have a more clearer picture. Because a lot of people, they will focus on the hot selling project until they've forgotten that they are also very good buy units in Bukit Timah area. Okay, so I hope that I answer your question. So thank you so much, everyone. Anyone got any questions? If not, we shall end the session. And I hope that there are takeaways for all of you. So do bear excuse me, do bear in mind, being a taggers, right? We want to be the best, and I hope that every one of you be the best. Okay, Penrose is another project coming up, and I wish all the taggers in Penrose and all the preview team members, right, all the best, and also to the project ICs as well. Close more, and and everyone make more commission. Okay, make more commission for yourselves.
All right, thank you, Terry. Thank you,
so
Terry, for sharing of what it's like to be a top tagger, not only for Kopar but for other projects as well, and how you maintain consistency on being on top, as well as showcasing Mayfair collection to our audience here today. I think that after this session, everyone will be motivated to rebrand themselves and also pick up the skills on how to be a unique tagger and getting your own fan base. Okay, so this will bring an end to our session. Again, we hope that every one of you have collected some key takeaways, not only how to become, how to be a unique tagger, but also to share with your clients about Mayfair Gardens and Mayfair Modern. So with that, we will sign off now. Thank you once again, Terry, for your time, taking your time to present to us. And thank you, everyone, the audience, for joining. So stay safe and let's close more deals, everybody. Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Take care.